Okay, so I'm gonna do the tomato sandwich part of this. I can say I did this once before, but I didn't split it off, and I kind of forgot about it. So, um, there's two bagel-based meals that I have for most of the week. I do have eggs Sunday and Thursday, so I'll have eggs again tomorrow. I missed the salami from yesterday, but I'll get to it. So the two bagel-based meals I have are the tomato and the salami, and I alternate them in between the eggs. Um, I've cut the tomato, I've cut the top off, and it's really just as simple as it looks. I'm gonna slice the tomato. I'm gonna cut the bagel and toast it, and then I'm gonna chop up my cheese, and I'm also gonna put some mayonnaise on it. So I'll be back in a few minutes once I've got all those pieces put together. Okay, I'm sure you heard actually the toast pop up there as I was throwing my little puck thing aside. So I went ahead and I put some mayo on it. I like healthy servings of mayo, but I'll say it again, I don't eat often. So I may have these high-fat meals, and I may be having some doctors freak out, but this is all I'm eating today. Well, not today. Today I'm also going to have some chips, but most days that would be all I'm eating. A bagel, a tomato, some cheese, and some mayo. Okay? Generally, people that are concerned about that much mayo, they're concerned because that this is breakfast, right? And then they have three times that for supper, right? No, no, no. This is my entire meal for the entire day. Um, so it's really not much, is it? When you think about it like that. What I do is really quite simple. Just throw this on here like this. And if I remember correctly, and my memory is again pretty good, but it's not perfect. The reason the reason I didn't upload it last time was because I wanted to actually get this. So I put the mayo down. You put the cheese down, and you just want to make sure that you're actually covering the entire bagel. Again, I know that certain people are gonna say, "Geez, what are you doing? Are you trying to clog your arteries?" But like, your body needs fat, and you have to give it this. It needs this. You crave this because you need it. You just you just don't want to go overboard. And again, that's all I'm eating all day. So, or besides the chips, it would normally be all I'm eating all day. If you want to get mad at me, get mad at me for eating chips. Don't get mad at me for this. So then I take the tomatoes and I layer them over top like this. And as before, the idea is just to fill the bagel. Now, you can imagine that because that's what I'm doing, you want to choose your tomatoes so that they are roughly the right size. I've developed a good eye for this, and as you can see, I got it just about right. Meaning that the size of the tomato that you saw was just about right. You want to make it so that it, how can I put this? If you can imagine your bagel, and bagels vary in size. You've got these are relatively large bagels. There's sesame seed. I'm sure you saw it, but I'm also sure that you saw um, these aren't little sandwich bagels. They're more like big breakfast bagels, right? And I'm using them like this. So you want to imagine if you had your bagel, if you took your tomato, and it is big enough that it fits in the hole. So you don't want it to go through the hole, but you want it to sit in the hole. If you don't want it too big either. This is kind of the problem with when you get other types of tomatoes. You can make them so that they're too big. And then you're using like a half a tomato when you're putting it in the fridge, and it's an unnecessary distraction from the tomatoey goodness. Normally I would wash my hands a little bit in between, but I've got my hand here. So the last step is the hot sauce. Now, I've been noticing since I stopped smoking that the hot sauce is actually fairly vinegary. You notice that less when you're smoking. I guess that's the part of your taste bud that disappears. So maybe the Franks might be a little bit too sour for a lot of people, and in fact it might be becoming a little bit too sour for me, which is a big change. I've been eating that stuff since I was 10 years old, and if you're curious, no, it didn't put hair on my chest. I have never grown a single hair on my chest in my life, ever, and I'm glad about that. So anyways, there's that gives it the extra zing that what it really does is it brings the tomato out. But like I say, I'm contemplating maybe moving to more of a chili-based sauce, or just a less vinegary-based sauce. I don't know if they might have changed the recipe even. Maybe if I could try looking at one of the other types of Franks, or moving to a cheaper brand. You pay for the name. Frank is raking it in there. He's got a good racket going on there. So on top of that, you just need some salt and pepper, and you want to make sure that you get quite a bit of it, because, as I believe I pointed out in my aborted run-through, there is nothing in this world that is better than a tomato with salt and pepper on it. The salt is probably not ionized at all, so it's probably not avoiding goiters, but it is something that your body does require. Once again, the amount of this is it's not even salt, really. Well, I mean, it's salt, but it's not like complete salt. It's celery salt, so it's like, does it say what the percentage is? It doesn't say what the percentage is, but it's like, well, if you base it on this, you'd guess it was about 30% salt, 30% celery powder, and 30% calcium. That's probably not accurate. It's probably more like 60% salt, 40 or 35% celery, and 5% calcium. But I mean, that's some combination of those three things. Point being that it's not as insane as it looked. And that's why I buy celery salt, so that I can just be like, I don't want to worry about it. Just give me the salt and let me dump it. But I know that I'm not. It's not. It's like at least 40% celery. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this, and that's I eat this. Well, it modulates, so it's twice 1 week, and 3 the next, and twice in 3. It'd be 5 in a 2-week period. So it's one of the 3 staples of my diet. The second being eggs, and the third being my salami sandwich, which is real simple and will take long to do on Monday.